With Sweden Ghana Medical Center, and now there is hope for the cancer patient. You don't have to worry, don't give up now. As long as you are a Ghanaian teacher or relative, treatment is free. You don't have to worry, just keep hope alive. 'Cause with Sweden Ghana Medical Center and Gnat, God will heal.
Some 8.8 million deaths worldwide due to cancer in 2015 were reported to the World Health Organization, and according to data gathered by the International Agency for Research on Cancers, cancer deaths are projected to increase to 13 million in 2030.
Cancer is a type of disease which originates from our own cells. So it's a cell that misfires, so right from the beginning. So it's got a genetic sort of background to it. And that cell which has misfired and is now an abnormal cell grows to give more daughter cells which now become an abnormal mass, and that mass is now called a tumor, which is malignant, and it tends to invade surrounding tissues and spread via the bloodstream, and that we call metastatic disease. The earlier you get it, the more chances you have for survival and cure.
According to the World Health Organization, the burden of cancer increasing in African countries is as a result of aging, chronic infections, and unhealthy lifestyles such as lack of physical activity and tobacco use. However, access to cancer services is limited.
As you know, the number of cases are rising daily. Global cancer is by 2020 in Ghana would have about 16,600 new cancer cases per year. That is roughly about 106 patients for every 100,000 Ghanaians out there. So the number is increasing. We need to look into the future, and we need to be, proactive in tackling these things. We need more hands on the ground. I mean, for now we have less than 30 oncologists for the whole of Ghana, which is 30 million individuals in our country. So government and private sector has to invest into this non-communicable disease, which we all know is increasing.
For years in Africa, many persons who were diagnosed with cancer accessed treatment by traveling abroad. Over the last few decades, however, there has been tremendous advances in care and treatment of people living with cancer on the continent. And for many Africans, cancer is no longer a death sentence. To help alleviate the plight of people living in West Africa not having access to cancer treatment, the Swedish government in 2009 set up the Sweden Ghana Medical Center. Today, an all-African management team operates and runs the cancer center with best practices in African healthcare management while maintaining international compliance standards.
In 2012, the company took up treating its first patient, and subsequently the company has been treating thousands of patients since the inception until date. Sweden Ghana Medical Center is a specialized facility specialists in oncology care, and so we treat all solid tumors. Until the beginning of this year, we have treated various patients from around West Africa. We're talking about Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso, and sometimes beyond even West Africa, those who are coming from the diaspora, or those who come for treatment because they are unable to complete their treatment procedures in the developed world.
The Sweden-Ghana Medical Center is the leading cancer center in West Africa for radiotherapy treatments. Cancer treatment plans and modern radiotherapy techniques at the center have given patients their best chance to fight the disease and improve their quality of life.
This is called the EPID. We use it in taking images so that we know where exactly we are, so we are treating the right place and not any other place. There are certain organs at risk when we are treating, like the heart, the lungs, and other organs which we do not want or intend treating. And so we are going to make sure that whenever we are exposing radiation to hair, we are exposing just our target, which is the breast. That is being treated. Yeah. My name is Anna Maria Inimsampo. I'm a clinical radiotherapist. So this is what I do in SGMC to help take the burden of cancer.
With its vision of offering the best private cancer care in West Africa and a mission to be a role model across Africa for cancer care, the Sweden-Ghana Medical Center's combination of diagnostic capacity, high-quality surgical treatments, a package of essential medicines and radiotherapy facilities is what makes the center stand out in the treatment of cancer.
Okay, so I am in charge of the CT scan and the MRI unit of the facility. CT scan means computer tomography, and MRI means magnetic resonance imaging. My role at SGMC is to use these various imaging modalities to diagnose all patients who come to SGMC, monitor treatment progress, and plan patients prior to radiotherapy and brachytherapy. My aim is to help us know the state, the location, the size, and the nature of the disease. This informs our treatment modality or choices for each patient. The simulation is to help us know the angle to which to direct the radiation beam so we do not irradiate normal cells surrounding the organ that we are interested in. SGMC is the best in West Africa.
At the Sweden-Ghana Medical Center, secured hospital information systems are used to manage patient records. This is to ensure the privacy of patients receiving care at the center. Skilled staff here are driven to deliver best cancer treatment outcomes while striving to take away the burden of cancer from patients. From the very first contact, healthcare personnel provide compassionate care to patients.
The help desk is located at the reception area and is manned by the case management team. They will take your details and guide you through the registration process. From there, you are directed to the nursing unit where the nursing team takes your height, weight, vital signs, and also any other assessments depending on the patient's condition. And we assure you of your confidentiality. We alleviate anxiety and give education when necessary.
In the morning when we come, we go around to check the medications that are available so that we have a fair idea of what is available and what is not. And those that are not available, we make a request to either purchase it from outside or get it from our stores, that's our procurement stores. Then afterwards, we sit down and then we sort of wait for a prescription to come. When the prescription comes, there are two main kinds of prescriptions that we expect. The first one is the chemo prescription, and then the second one is the OPD-based prescription. For the OPD-based prescriptions, we verify to see if the prescription is correct, as in we check the person taking it, whether the person is supposed to even take that medication, the weight as against the dosage that is given and everything else before we assemble the drug and then we dispense.
Every patient case is assigned its own world-class treatment team that includes an oncologist, medical physicist, radiotherapist, oncology pharmacist, specialized nurses, and a nutritionist, all coordinated by a case manager who supports the patient's needs.
With Sweden Ghana Medical Center, and now there is hope for the cancer patient. You don't have to worry, don't give up now. As long as you are a Ghanaian teacher or relative, treatment is free. You don't have to worry, just keep hope alive. 'Cause with Sweden Ghana Medical Center and now God will heal.
After we bring the chemo chart and then the volumes that we have calculated, we come in here and then we come and mix the chemo inside our preparation chamber, which sort of keep everything in there, be it air, aerosol, anything, so that we, the people mixing, are protected. And then we also it also helps in giving us the chance to actually work without any sort of interruptions, so we are able to give accurate doses when we are mixing. We check the medications that we are going to pick. We first of all check for the expiry date to see if it is okay, and then we send it into the chamber for mixing. Mixing, we use closed systems so that it helps protect us, prevents spillage, and then also helps us in giving accurate dosages. And then we dress in protective gear to protect us from spillage and anything else as well. Wearing of the face masks to prevent any aerosol that might have been through the chemo preparation or even in this room that might be here, so that we protect ourselves as well. And after doing everything, we put it back in the hatch and then we take it out. And then we send it to the chemo administration suite for them to administer to the patients.
My name is Gladys, your nurse who will be counseling you and then take you through your chemo treatment. What we do is that when you've been diagnosed of cancer and your doctor has prescribed your medication, my duty as a nurse is to tell you the type of drug you'll be taking, the mode of administration, and the side effects to expect, so that when it keeps coming, you don't panic. The purpose of the chemo you are coming to take, the chemo treatment, one is to kill the cancer cells, two, to slow down the activities of the tumor, and then thirdly, to reduce the growth so that the cancer cells doesn't go to other vital organs. Now, with the side effects, we tell you, vomiting, diarrhea and other things. And then after our counseling session, I'll give you a chance to ask me questions. And so if you are okay with that, then I can go through your main treatment with you. Here at SGMC, we always want our patients to feel at home because we are one big family. So we hold our patients' hands in SGMC throughout treatment. We call you, check on you, because some of the cancer medications are a bit harsh. And so we check on you and then you give us feedback. And so through that, we hold your hands and then we alleviate the burden of cancer.
Initially, you said there will be vomiting. The vomiting, does it come within the chemo or after the chemo?
You know, every patient is different. Some starts during the administration. Others, it takes days or a day. So it depends on the particular patient. Some don't experience anything at all.
My role as a clinical medical physicist in the entire treatment process involves equipment quality assurance, patient-specific quality assurance, and protection of patients, staff, and the general public. Now, in the case of equipment quality assurance, every radiological equipment that delivers ionizing radiation would have to be ensured that it delivers a specific amount of ionizing radiation, because the idea is that the same radiation that has a net therapeutic effect can also create problems. So we want to be sure that how much ionizing radiation we have decided to treat a patient with is exactly what the equipment is delivering. Here at SGMC, we, as part of our services in cancer treatment, we offer a 3-day high-dose rate brachytherapy. And this device is the treatment delivery unit. In there is our radiation source. This is a cobalt, and these are called transfer units. And these gadgets are applicators. So this is a ring applicator, this is a Fletcher applicator, this is a cylinder, and this is also a cylinder with a tandem. Now, all these applicators go into the body of the patient. Now, depending on the extent of disease, for example, if we are just interested in irradiating just within the walls of the vagina, we normally would have this assembly as the cylinder. Now, in a case where the disease has spread beyond the cervix into the womb, depending on the preferences of the radiation oncologist, we could as well use the cylinder with a tandem or the Fletcher applicator, because these would stay within the vaginal vault whilst the tandem goes beyond the cervix into the womb. Or you could also have the ring applicator. This will be localized within the vaginal vault, and this goes beyond the cervix into the womb.
The most important role at the Sweden-Ghana Medical Center is to help patients understand the cancer treatment options. The center's case management team work hand in hand with patients to help them understand what different cancer treatment options are available. They will explain how much each option will cost and discuss all financial considerations. This will enable not only patients but also their caregivers and sponsors choose the option that meets their needs. And with the right approach, cancer can be treated, managed, and even cured.
Cancer treatment has two treatment forms. We have curative treatment and palliative treatment. Curative treatment is where the team treats with the intention of curing the disease. And palliative treatment is where the disease has gone into other organs and we are unable to treat, but we manage the patient to give the patient quality care of life while the patient is alive. For a typical patient that walks in, based on the category that you fall, and you're going through the consultations, the oncologist will then determine the next treatment line. Sometimes we would have to go through what we call pre-treatment diagnostics to confirm the information that the patient has presented, for the oncologist to be sure that what others have suggested is cancer is really cancer. Once the oncologist is convinced that the disease is a cancer disease, then we have several protocols in place for various organs that we treat that are activated, and then the treatment process starts. Cancer treatment can take up to over 1 year for breast cancer patients who have to go through Herceptin, which is about 17 cycles. At our facility, we do chemo, radio, brachy, and we have third parties who do surgery for us. So for case, it's not all cases that you combine all of them. Depending on the case that you want to treat, it determines the treatment that you need to offer. So for instance, we want to treat an early stage breast disease. Depending on what the oncologist comes out, which is normally chemotherapy first, we do surgery, we do radiotherapy, and then we do monitoring. That is different. When it comes to prostate cancer treatment, that is also different. With prostate cancer treatment, the oncologist, depending on the state that is presented or the process that is presented, if the prostate is intact, would want to deposit gold seeds in the prostate and would radiate the patient for 39 working days. So everybody demands a different treatment process, and it's a protocol that is adapted everywhere in the world.
As regional leaders in oncology, the Sweden-Ghana Medical Center also contributes to cancer research and education, creating best practices to help transform private oncology treatments in West Africa.
Research plays a very important role in cancer management. At SGMC, we are looking at several categories. We have the public health section of cancer research. We have the clinical section of cancer research. We have the bench research, and we have the psychosocial aspect of research. So as you see, the way it has been classified, cancer runs through all of these categories. We as SGMC, we are able to go to the public, do some studies, get to know what they know about cancer and how we use it in terms of educating them and influencing our own practice and what they have to know about cancers. Because the cancers we see here are not so much different within the sub-region, the data we have in terms of research, it's able to cut across. Let alone also we are able to also get data from other places in the sub-region and use it in terms of our practice as well.
The Sweden-Ghana Medical Center is poised to create best practices that will help transform private oncology treatment in West Africa. Coming up this Wednesday on Gnat.
We got to realize that our teachers were having problems of cancer. And so we are fortunate to have the SGMC here. And so we entered into a collaborative arrangement with them, whereby we bring our members who suffer this kind of disease to the center for them to receive treatments. It is free to them. We don't charge them anything.
It was 2016 June. I was asleep and then my hand touched the left breast, and then I saw that some part is very hard like stone. And I said, hey, I was even thinking it's during a menstrual time you may have the pain and then what most all the time it used to pain me, but I said, oh, it's because of the menstrual cycle, that's why it is happening. But still it kept on paining me. And I said, no, I have to report at the hospital.
With Sweden-Ghana Medical Center, and now there is hope for the cancer patient. You don't have to worry, don't give up now. As long as you are a Ghanaian teacher. Already met him. Treatment is free. You don't have to worry. Just keep hope alive. 'Cause with Sweden Ghana Medical Center and Gnat, God will heal.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, just like Elmo.